This is so stupid. Is that comfortable for you?
Yeah. Does that sound good?
Yeah. Sounds great.
Amazing. Look at these mics.
Am I in here? Yeah, I am in here.
Yeah, we're both in it.
Fuck yeah. We got the sign.
I know, this is the first episode with the sign.
It looks pretty good, right?
It looks really good.
Oh, I'm so happy.
I also like it just as, like, decor for the apartment.
Right? No, I fully hammered it in.
Like not just for the podcast.
No,
I like it.
Yeah, I guess I could pull it off and on, but then I'd have 2 nails. But anyways, okay, grand intro, Luisa Lange. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I've always connected with everything you put on the internet. I'm like, she's speaking my thoughts. And, like,
That makes
anything
me
you
so
post, it's
happy.
like, you're like, I just tattooed a doodle to my arm, and I'm like, I tattooed a jellyfish to my arm, and I just got hay on my ass, and I'm like, this girl is just my vibe through and through. I love that.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I have a little pasta.
So,
I don't know how to show it to you.
yeah.
Thank you though.
So yeah, I just wanted to have you on, and I'm just so excited.
Yeah,
so
me
thanks
too.
for being here.
I think it's also we're like the same age.
Yeah.
We're like kind of living in the same realm.
Dating is shit.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
It's so painful.
So bad. I hate it.
Also, like, we're just really funny, and I'm like, is it because we're too funny?
No, like, yes. I really
Like,
think
is
it's
it-
not something guys are interested in.
That's how I feel.
Chloe LeBranch was like, no sane man is going to date a female comedian. And I
Yet
was
she
like,
has
that's great to
the
hear.
hottest boyfriend of all time.
I know, but he's also a comedian.
True.
So
We need someone who's delusional.
No, like, just
Pedestrian, yeah.
Pedestrian is going to be like,
Her.
oh yeah, I'll date her.
It's so hard.
But I'm like, I would date me.
But
Like,
that's how
don't
I
get it.
feel. Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't understand. Who's not getting this?
Who's not getting it? Every man.
Every
But
man.
I would literally date myself.
Guys, no guys are listening to this. This is
If
just
any
the girlies.
stupid guys are watching this,
Any stupid men.
we're
Yeah,
available.
we are. But it is like, I used to have jokes where I'd be like, me up here, this mic might as well be my dick, because that's how it feels when I'm like performing jokes. I'm like, I am a full man for the next 15 to 20 minutes.
And then also after that for the rest of your life, because that's what you're seen as. You're like, okay, men are supposed to be the one that like command the attention of a room. They're supposed to be like the leader of like society. It just is like something about it is intimidating to men. It doesn't feel natural to have a woman like being like
Funny.
commanding a room.
Or having really unique thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny. You're like, there are no guys watching this. I'll go to my like Instagram.
Oh, your algorithm?
My
Or, like, your
like
insights?
analytics or
Yeah.
whatever, and it's like 99% women.
Yeah.
And there's like one boy watching my stuff, and he's gay
hysterical.
probably. I'm like, there are no straight men here.
But your stuff is so authentic to you. Like, I love that about your stuff, because you're not trying to like be hot. You're just like, fuck
Yeah.
it. Like, my favorite video.
I'm definitely not trying to be hot.
No, but it's
Like I can't. Yeah.
No, but it's that's what makes it so digestible and fun, because it's like you just let all that go. And like, one of my favorite videos of yours is when you're green and you hear the song.
Oh yeah, that's so stupid.
It's so fucking
It's like
funny.
blue. Wait. Yeah, my like painted my face green.
Yeah,
I
and
played
you're
that
like,
song.
when green hears the song, if I was
blue, if I were green, I
Green,
would
I would
die.
die. Yeah.
Green is like, wait.
it's so
about
good.
me?
That
Thank
really
you.
is one of like your best.
Thank you. That
when
was
did you
fun.
start making videos that started going super viral?
I started, like, I've always just been, like, putting my shit out there. They started going super viral. I mean, they've stopped now. I don't know. It was, like, up, and then now I'm plateauing. But also, I've been sick a lot. I haven't been posting a lot. I haven't been doing a lot of stand-up. Been dealing with, like, health issues. But it was, like, a year and a half ago, maybe.
Really?
Maybe 2 years ago.
Okay, because I feel like I've seen you for a while.
Well, I was doing pretty well. Like, I had a good following. But talking like 100,000 on TikTok, that was probably...
Did you just start over on TikTok?
Yeah.
What happened?
My account was like fucked up. I don't know what happened. I forget. It was definitely like shadow banned or something happened because it was just stuck at 14,000. And I was like, I don't know why, but something about this, like...
You're like, this is hysterical.
I'm like, this is wrong. So
you're wrong.
I'm like, there's no way it's me, it's them. So I started a new one, and I was right.
Yeah.
I guess. Or
honestly,
like,
I've seen your stuff, obviously, and like I have often been like, this deserves triple the numbers behind
story
it.
of my life.
Like, isn't that, it's got to be frustrating. Because,
but do you feel that way about yourself too? Like,
yeah, I don't put myself out there as much as you do. Like, I will clip my stand-up all day long.
but you grind really hard.
I grind, but I think I grind wrong. Like, I think I work hard, not smart, because I'm like, I will, like, you know, tour and, like, take all my clips and throw them out there.
Like,
and then
I'm
TikTok's just
that.
like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
It's the algorithm. I don't get it.
Yeah,
like,
and
I don't understand.
We're all a slave to it.
Truly.
And it's become, like, a common theme on this podcast. Like, I had Ian Lara on, and he was like,
the algorithm.
I, like, didn't even want to bring it up to him because he's doing well, and I was like, you're not, like, a slave to the algorithm. He's like, no. Like, I've actually
totally is,
had, like,
probably.
an hour-long conversation about this the other day to another comic, and, like, it's so crazy that we're all just at the, like, the Montana boys got the fucking algorithm ticket of the year.
What is that? Like, it's
What
no
is
matter
it?
what level comedian you are, though, you're battling this algorithm.
Montana boys.
If you're new, yeah, exactly. If you're new, it's something you have to do to catch up. Or, like, to get to a certain level. If you're, like, really good, like Ian Lara, you have, like, a fucking HBO special, you still have to, like,
make it,
get your name out there to people on TikTok. It's not enough now to just be, like, we're just so inundated with content that it's like, I'm not why would I watch HBO when I can watch my little phone? And you know what I mean? You have to prove yourself, not just by getting an HBO special, which should be enough to be like, that's
legit,
like it. But he probably feels like he still has to fucking grind on.
Infuriating.
But it wasn't always like that.
No, but then also there's guys like Ethan Simmons Patterson, or Ethan, I might be mixing, but he's at the Cellar, has no social media presence, and you're like, okay, and he just goes around and kills, but you're like, you're the anomaly, but like that's so badass.
That's so
too.
rare, yeah,
so rare.
It's so rare.
So I don't know, the game we play.
It's just
it's constant.
It's constant. I've been really exhausted this year.
Physically, from your illness and the algorithm.
Physically and from the algorithm, and just like, oh my god, having to like. Oh my god, just having to post all the time. But
you do it so, I feel it looks like it comes naturally to you. Like the way
well,
you
that's
just
because I only post when it's okay, here's the thing. People who are like have a huge following on TikTok, they are like, I post every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I post twice on, like they have like a schedule where I'm like, my brain
like,
doesn't work like that.
No.
If I get an idea that I think is funny, I make it and I put it out. I don't like, I should be more like, okay, I didn't post something today, let me like think of something and write it out. If
you also have a job.
I also have a job.
So that doesn't help.
Doesn't help.
You know, like, yeah.
But I think it feels like it's natural because it is. It's not like, I'm never like forcing anything.
That's probably healthy though for the art, you know? What is your day job?
I make content for brands on TikTok.
Okay.
So I'm like doing TikTok.
That's hard too when it's your job.
My job is the algorithm, like trying to fight the algorithm, but for brands.
Got it.
And being like, hey, you guys let's do a video with this because it's trending. And the brands are like, I don't get it. And you're like, you're not supposed to get it. Like, that's why you hired us.
Like, what brands do you work with?
For a long time, I was working with Levi's.
Oh, cool.
What are some others? Panasonic was a big one. Now I'm doing some stuff for Microsoft.
Got it. Is it freelance or?
I was full-time, and then I got laid off and got another job doing
quick.
the exact, like, so quick. It was insane. I posted to my story, and someone I know was like, swoop, like, got you. And I was like,
that's why we love the internet.
So lucky. That was really lucky.
Well, your stuff was cracking me up when it was, like, every CEO after a huge layoff, and it's, like you
what
dancing.
Was it? It was the song from Legally Blonde.
Yes.
It's a perfect day. CEOs after laying off 600 people.
That
insane.
Was hysterical. You've actually had a lot of funny unemployment content. Because I feel like it's happened to you, like, what, like twice in the past 2-3 years?
Well, it's also
feel like a creep, but, like, I just...
No,
your
it's
content
good.
Relates to me, and I just absorb it, and I'm like, yes.
Wait, I'm so happy to hear this, because I love that. Like, I don't know if any... Because when you know when, like, you put stuff out there, and you're like, is anyone actually...
Anybody out there?
Even if
it's
the
like
numbers are
when
good.
He's, like, screaming for
literally,
bodies.
Yes. Even if the numbers are good, you're like, but who are these people?
Yeah.
Who the fuck, like, are they really...
It's your peers.
Like, don't you feel weird when someone DMs you and is like, oh, I'm, like, actually such a fan, and you don't know them?
I'm shocked.
And you're like, people are actually watching my stuff.
I feel that especially about bonding that I do with Troy, which, you know, but, like, we've been stopped at airports, and, like, they'll look at me, and one girl was like, Torey? And I was like,
no way.
okay, you're talking about me? So it is crazy. You're like, so you put so much out there, but like when people actually
He
listen,
has such
you're
a
like,
huge fan base.
huge. And I'm lucky to get some runoff, but like even every time it happens, I'm like, you really listen to that? That's
right.
crazy.
You're listening to me?
That's nuts.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's cool though.
It is really cool. And I've been really grateful for, I mean, again, I started this podcast on April Fool's Day. And each
a joke, you're like,
I mean, this is the
April Fools.
It's stuck.
You did a bunch of episodes.
I just
like,
launched
boom,
them
boom, boom,
out
boom,
because
boom.
I was like, I want people to be like, this is real.
Yeah.
And I've gotten like every YouTube has like at least 200 views, and I'm like, okay,
I'll take it.
2
there
weeks
you go.
in.
Yeah, not bad at all.
So people are. Thank you if you're listening to this. Thank you. I'm
Thanks for
very
joining.
grateful. I'm like honestly shocked though. I'm like,
yeah, no, that's amazing.
this is
Fuck
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. I just again.
Do you have a day job?
Yeah, I work in marketing for Lexus, the car brand.
Okay, so my job's like kind of marketing too.
Yeah.
So like similar, but it's just really like TikTok.
Okay.
Only.
See, mine is like I talk to like car dealers. It's very not
Got
in
it.
this world.
Got it. Okay.
Which is also tricky because like I'll put jokes out and I'm like, I hope no one sees this.
Right, that's like the difference is my job initially hired me because they found my
Right.
TikTok.
And I'm like, nobody find this.
yeah, okay, so it's like the opposite.
Hannah Montana-esque.
Yeah, like
I am Hannah
the
Montana.
best of both worlds, baby.
Like, hopefully no one makes that connection.
yeah. Oh, that's so funny. I think it's so funny when comics are like, oh, I just like hope my boss doesn't find out I do stand up. Like, that's so funny to me.
They've been really supportive, but there are some times where I'll post a reel and I'm like,
this is not
this
safe
is the
for work.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like if someone took this the wrong way and like shared it internally and they were like, this isn't funny, I'd be like a little
HR. Yeah.
I kind of just tell myself, well, the universe speaks. Like if it when my day comes, so we'll see. Again, I don't, I love my job. I'm very grateful, but
yeah.
This is the dream.
This
so.
is the dream. This literally right here, you're looking
right
at it.
here. Yeah.
This is the dream.
I mean, yeah. It's the early seedings.
Yeah.
What is your dream? You've made some serious headway in stand up. Like you've opened for Nikki Glazer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious. Again, you were saying you've been sick, so you haven't had enough time to really do stand up. But like in terms of content creation versus stand up, like what is your like big next, like what do you want out
so
of all
that's
this?
like the problem I'm having right now
Yeah.
because I feel like I'm at this point where I've been, first of all, really like I got COVID in January and then I got like bronchitis and then I got norovirus and then I had a stomach bug
all this year
since January, like insane. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then recently I had a stomach bug and I'm like still coming off of that, so it's been a lot of time just not being able to like do stand up. I haven't been like putting my avails in
because you live around New York,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I always retreat. I'm from
back to
Maryland, and like
Boston.
I just go home and hide.
Yeah, I was like hiding for a little
Yeah.
while, and it's a lot of like thinking of like what makes me happy, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
And like I do miss doing stand up like regularly because I just haven't been like putting my avails in as much because I just don't feel well.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I'm trying to decide like what my next step looks like. Like, do I want to 100% like go into stand up and tour and do that kind of thing, or do I want to do more like comedic acting, like sketch, content stuff that you can do from home?
Totally.
Because I love being home.
They do go hand in hand, but to your point, to really be in the scene, like you have to be like slitting your wrist.
You have to be
like here's
out there too.
Out there
at night,
hanging like
I just
the hangs, the connections, the like
that part's
please any avails here?
Yeah, like hi, can I get a crumb of like it's getting, that part is getting harder for me as I get older.
Totally.
Because I just feel like I did it for so long and
how long did you stand up for?
Hard. Like I started in 2016.
Okay.
So not that long, but it just felt I went really hard for the first up until COVID. So like the first 4 years, I was like every night I was up. And I was like schmoozing and doing all the like hangs and this and that. And then I was doing it for a while after COVID. And then I just like hit a wall where I was like, I'm so tired of trying to like constantly sell myself to people and be like, oh, like, here's why you should give me a spot. Cause like blah, blah, blah. I just like, it's just gross to me. And I that's the part about stand-up that I don't like. I just want to like be funny.
Totally.
And that's it. Like I want to be funny and I want to be around cool people, and it's just exhausting. It's like at night too. I love my bed.
Yeah.
That's getting harder.
Yeah.
I was talking to Max Spinelli recently and I was just like, dude, I'm having a hard time like keeping staying awake. just in general.
I honestly,
Not even,
I don't know
like-
if it's turning 30, but I'm tired.
No, I'm tired.
And I don't even like admitting that out loud, but like, I'm really tired.
I'm so tired. I'm like, he's like, what time can we meet up? And I was like, bro, like, my eyes are closing
Yeah.
right on this phone call. Like,
I know.
I can't.
I know. Like, I accepted a spot at the Stand at 9 today, just on my friend's show, and I'm just like, oh, that means probably getting up around 9:30, 10. I'm home by, like, and I manage Greenwich on Tuesdays. I'm
And
home
that's an
every
early
midnight.
spot too. 9 is
Totally.
like relatively.
And I'm even doing the math. I'm like, oh no.
That's the thing is, it's stand up is a lot of. It's your lifestyle. Like, if you choose to
Exactly.
do stand up, that's going to be your lifestyle for a long time. And for me, I'm like, do I have it in me? Like, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was hard for me last year. Like, I was traveling a lot with it, and I like gained a bunch of weight, and like, you're just like, I love being a morning person during the pandemic, and I just like totally lost that.
Well, I
and
imagine touring is also like you're just eating shit.
Well, every club has like the sampler, and I'm like, at
Right,
first
I'm
I was
not
like,
gonna not-
woo! I was like, you're telling me I can get mod sticks, nuggets, and fries at
Dude,
once
sounds so good.
for free?
And go on and do
Yeah.
like 30 minutes.
And also you come off stage and there's high, and like there's just food
you're
everywhere,
like,
and for some reason I'm like filling the void with it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Filling the void that a boyfriend can't because we don't have them. Yeah.
Truly. So yeah, that was a lot. And then this year I haven't been traveling as much, so I've been trying
Yeah.
to find balance with it. But then
That's good.
But then I do the weird existential, like, well, what am I?
That's where
Who
I'm
am I?
That's where I'm at, basically.
Yeah.
The short answer is like
Yeah.
content, stand up. I have no idea. Right now, I'm at this like weird point where like I turned 30 this year, and now I'm like, what makes me happy? What do I want to do?
Yeah.
I know I love stand up, and I know I love making content. How can I move forward and like not exhaust myself and be able to support myself
Totally.
without like spinning my wheels
Right.
and just exhausting myself?
And so you're like, dear Mr. Algorithm, can you just get me
Like,
booked and
hi,
busy?
can you just help me?
But like not work too hard. I know it's hard. Also, you've seen the other side many times. Like for me, it's like I've been really fortunate to be with Troy and get these big audiences. But then it's this double-edged sword of like, well, I'm not in a place to get that on my own. So
Right.
I'm like, but I've tasted the greatness, and
Oh,
you're
it's
like, well,
the
how do I
best
get
thing.
that? And you've done that with Nikki, so it's like,
And
like,
Hannah,
well,
I opened for Hannah Burner.
Okay, yeah. So you're sitting in front of 2,000 people.
Her fans love her
Yes,
too, so they're
yeah,
so.
I had
I'm sure it's the same with Troy. They're so
Yes,
and Nikki,
excited.
so pumped to be there. They're just like, let's go,
Yes.
best night of my life.
And so
And
you
go
say
out,
anything, and it's just
they're just in such a good mood.
yeah,
That's what I want. I
Yeah.
want a fan base,
totally,
and you have to get that through the algorithm.
yeah.
That's what I want, is a big fan base that allows me to do shows around
Uh-huh.
the country in front of rooms of people who already know and love me.
Yeah.
And like, that's a lot to ask for.
I love that we just got there. You're like, wait, that's what
I know it
want.
took me a long time, but
This
I want
is
that.
therapy.
I think I
Welcome.
want to be a successful stand-up comic. Like,
We did it. Yeah, I mean, that's what we all want.
that's what I want.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I see that for you. I mean, you're doing it. It's just, again, it feels like I was saying earlier, I was like, your numbers, I think when I watch your shit, I'm like, this is so funny. If the algorithm just pushed this out a little
picked it
harder.
up a little, yeah.
Like,
I know.
Like Troy got huge bumps from a video 2 summers ago that gave him a huge push, where everyone comes up to him and be like, "Oh, like I saw you."
Okay, so I have a series of videos like that.
Yeah.
But I got so sick. Here's the thing about the algorithm.
It's typecast.
Once they
you.
want something, they're
Yeah.
like, "That's all we want." Like,
Yeah, so what was one of those?
the singing videos I used to
Yes.
do that were like how like the origin of how a song was written,
Which I think are really funny.
they are
Do you have
funny.
a background in music that got you to that?
Yeah, like I sang in college.
Okay.
And I like have like
Where'd
a
you go?
good voice. Boston College.
Got it. Okay.
So I like used to sing. I'm like a retired singer, but
Would you ever bring it into your comedy act?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I've never found a way that feels authentic to me to bring
Yeah.
it into my stand up, but those videos do and did so well that I just got a ton of followers from that. But eventually I was like, what, I'm kind of sick of this like one
Yeah.
joke. I'm going to post other stuff, and like that stuff doesn't do well, and then I post a singing video and it's like boom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's
That's
more to
interesting.
me than that, you know?
Yeah. Do you still make those?
I haven't in a long time, but I really like.
I think.
And the conversation we're having is exactly what comedy is right now. I'm like, I haven't made them in a long time. I really should if I want to
Yeah.
eventually
Get
be able to
that.
tour and have a fan base.
Well, at least you do have that roadmap that you know you have to do, but it's just the doing the work, and that's
just
how I
doing it.
feel. Like I need to find my singing video. Like
Your like niche
I'm
thing.
because clearly my clips are not it.
I don't know why though. Like my stand-up clips don't do well either.
Stand-up clips are tricky. Again, I don't know if it's, I don't want to play the gender card, but it could be like part of it. And like, I think I just need to find my niche a little bit. But I think
and you never know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
I did one of those singing videos about Lips of an Angel, and it just blew up.
Well, how many views?
Millions. I don't know. I forget. That's the first one that blew up.
On TikTok or Instagram or both?
TikTok first.
Okay.
And then I did like the one, what was that show that everybody loved? The White Lotus.
I loved that video.
So like that one was huge.
That was hilarious. Were you in a car when you filmed that?
Yeah. People will see me and be like, "Oh, I know you from the White Lotus video." Like that's my.
You've been stopped on the street for that?
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
A few times in Brooklyn, and
that's gotta feel kind of good.
Yeah, it does. But I'm also like, oh my gosh, what if people knew me for my other stuff too?
Right.
Like,
what would you want people to know you for?
I just like want a more well-rounded. I want the algorithm to respect my stuff all equally.
Yeah.
And not just like
for
push
you.
These. Yeah. But like I don't know.
I want them to love me for me. I want
the algorithm to love me for who I am.
Totally.
And not for my singing voice.
You do have a really nice voice.
Well, I feel like I can imitate people really well.
Have you ever created an original song?
No.
Do you want to?
Nah.
Why not?
I like am.
Because you're so creative.
So, I'm a good singer, but not like good. I'm not like pursuing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm so bad that anyone saying they're a good singer, I'm like, would never be me. So
you're like, if I was
be
a good singer, I would be.
I always joke that I think I do stand up just because I wanted to hold a mic and like be in front of people, and like if I could.
But that's
do that,
all of us.
But if I could do that with singing, like I would cut off my hand. Like to give, if I got like Mariah Carey's voice, I'd be like, take both my hands. I'll have stumps for hands.
Yeah. Someone asked me recently, like, if you could be really good at something that you're not good at, what would it be? And that's my answer, because I am a good singer, but I'm not like. If I, like, the one skill I would love, like, imagine having Ariana Grande's voice.
Yeah. But think about other, like, there's so many talents out there that, like, just leverage what, like, Selena Gomez. You know what I'm saying?
She's not a good singer.
She's got a bad voice. Exactly.
Bad
but
voice.
she got there with that. You could get pretty far with what you
just have to be cast on Wizards of Waverly Place.
Yeah.
And that's how you get there.
So just do that.
Just call up Disney.
Or, like, there's just a lot of unique voices out there. Like, if you could just play to, like, it might not be a you know, good, but like make it you, and then people are like, oh, that's good. Like Mac Miller, you wouldn't say he's an incredible talent voice wise, not to seem but really neurotically obsessed. But it's not like you wouldn't. He's not gonna like, you know.
Oh yeah,
he can't hit like all
doing
the
riffs.
Exactly. So like, you know, you could be like the next female Mac Miller.
That's so true. Maybe that's what
that's
I do.
What you're supposed
I leave
to
this
do.
podcast
you
and I start producing music. Like no one sees me ever
Do you have
again.
any like DJ type or like music?
No, I've thought about like getting some equipment and just like fucking around with it, but I just never like. Yeah. I don't know. That's the thing about the world right now is. You can do anything
you really can.
And put it out there. Like, you can buy whatever equipment you want and just, like, put it out there, which is cool because...
Case in point is this moment right now.
Which it's cool because people get to, like, do this and put their stuff out there, but it's also this nagging, like, you could be doing this, you could be doing this, you could be... Like, what's stopping you from doing this? And it's like, well, what's stopping me is that I'm... sleep
tired.
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Or like I'm busy, like I have spots, I have a job, I have friends.
But you would be a singer, like a famous singer, if you were living your true best.
If I could have like one skill and be like so fucking good at it, I think that would be
same. Honestly, I just feel like singers get away with like they can wear what they want, they can say what they want, they can like Billie Eilish types.
Funny, like
no,
I'm so sick of having to be funny.
Really?
I'm sick of having such a good personality.
I know, right? It's exhausting.
It's like,
you're like,
oh my God.
Belle of the ball always.
Always.
You always joke about that at weddings. Like you always give speeches, right?
Yeah.
It's like your thing. I know. I've given quite a few speeches, and I'm like, well, I don't think I'm ever gonna get married, but like, who's gonna do it? Like, who's gonna give a good speech at my wedding?
Right. I'm gonna have to do it. I'll have to do a type 5. At my own wedding.
Yeah. Ugh.
Are you dating?
No.
Yeah.
I did for like a few months. I honestly was sober for a while, and like
yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. Are you not still sober?
Not anymore. But it was
I
like
saw you posted recently about how you were like, I was sober.
Yeah,
and
I was
like,
sober for a year and 2 months, and I
yeah,
really
good
loved
for
it.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I literally hit rock bottom, just like texting my ex a slew of like, I love you, and I was like, this is so embarrassing.
We've all been there.
I can no, but it was the point where I was like, this is so bad.
So
I was like,
bad.
hey, I don't think I feel that way, and
You
to
know
the point,
it's bad when you like literally stop drinking for a year.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. I was like,
another
but my
level.
biggest fear was like wanting to do it again. I was like, I can't want to do that again. So
Yeah.
I was like, let's just cut out the common denominator here. Ended up really liking it. I
Yeah.
just set out to do it into my friend's wedding, which was in April. I stopped drinking in like end of March, and I was like, her wedding's end of April.
Yeah.
I'll just get there. And
I would see your post about it and be like, that's so awesome.
Thank you. Yeah,
That's
and
so cool.
I loved it, and I had to be vocal about it just because I started drinking when I was like 14. It was like part of my core identity.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Me
let me
too.
just like be obnoxious about it, just so like I can like stay accountable.
I was just gonna say also to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't be putting this out.
And then
that's
just,
like
like-
what I do with like trying to stick to vegan.
Okay,
I'm like,
I
if
love
I
your meals.
post about it, then it's real.
Yeah.
And I have to stick to it.
No, it really is a
I
big
can't
thing.
just like eat one vegan meal and then go like freak out. And
Totally.
never- I'm trying to hold myself accountable.
No, and your meals also look really, they inspire me. I'm like, oh, I
I'm
can
doing
make that.
a meal kit. Plan.
Okay.
Sponsored by, I'm just kidding, but it's called Purple Carrot, and it's actually
I know Purple Carrot.
so good.
You know, it looks great. And
So
honestly,
good.
like, I just read an article about oat milk today, and it went into details about dairy, and I was like, I should really not with the dairy.
I just reached a point where I was like, I can't.
Is it for humane reasons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know why? Like, I got to that TikTok really slowly snaked me into like
They fed you
vegan
mean
I
videos?
got like first I got
When you see them, I watched Earthlings in college and Food Inc., and there was one other. Then the three of those combined, I was like,
well, it started for me, like, I started getting rescue dog TikToks.
Oh.
And, like, oh, no, like, because I had started fostering dogs during
Right.
COVID. I started getting rescue TikToks. And then I started getting, like, not dogs, but, like,
pigs.
Yeah. And then I was like, what? Now I'm getting, like, TikToks about rats. And, like, now I'm just, like, getting
Rats?
I dead ass, like, I was on Rat Talk for a little while. I was like,
Ratatouille is my favorite movie.
it's
so.
one of my favorites.
People give me gifts
Oh my
on the
God.
road of that says Gusto's Comedy Club.
That's hilarious.
People know and someone gave me
It's
like
such
shot
a good-
classes. They sent them. I'm
Such
like,
a good movie.
It's so it's a little much though. Where I'm like, thank you guys. I really love Ratatouille and I really appreciate it. But like, I am not on the spectrum.
Yeah, like not.
Like I like it, but like
They're like, she's gonna love this
like I get
painting.
bracelets that say like Little Chef, and I'm like, thank you guys. Like.
You're like, it was one time that I said it. Like, fuck.
Yeah, really.
You say one thing on a podcast and it's your
do love
entire
it.
personality.
No, that's
Sorry, I'm just
everyone
gonna
knows
fix
that.
There we go.
That and SpongeBob, which again love, but like
Love both, yeah.
I'm a dynamic. And yeah, they know I love Mac. These were gifts too, the Mac Millers. So I'm
I
just
love
like,
it. I think it's
people really have-
I didn't even notice the SpongeBob.
oh yeah, Troy gave me that. Troy and Sarah on the road.
Cute.
Yeah, it's all there. Everything
Yeah.
that I've ever said I like out loud.
I love it.
I've been gifted with it, and I'm like, thank you. But now it's like my personality, and it's
Yeah.
like just really embedded.
And now it is.
Yeah.
Do you spend a lot of time on TikTok?
I go in waves. So during the pandemic, I got into it, and when I fell in deep. Like I'll never forget the first time I started going on it. I would only go on it at night.
Yeah.
But it would do the thing where it's like, whoa, 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 you've been scrolling for way too
Yeah,
long.
I used to have a joke about that I
Yeah.
would do in my stand-up. They're basically like, go get a snack, you
Yeah.
old bitch. Like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Literally, and I remember, and I would just keep swiping. But
Always, yeah.
my first week in TikTok, I got my screen report at the end of the week, and I had spent 12 hours on TikTok.
Alone, like, on the app.
Just TikTok. And I was like,
It's terrifying.
okay, that's bad. So then that spooked me out of it for a little.
That'll spook
And then,
you, yeah.
and then again, it was the pandemic, so I just kind of let it rip for a while. And then
Mm-hmm.
lately, I was home. My mom got surgery on her foot, so I was home. And I don't know if I just like revert to like old ways when I go home, but like at night,
Scrolling
I would like
again.
grab my book and then I'd be like, and then I would just scroll
Yep.
for like an hour. And I brought that back to New York. So lately I've been scrolling because you're just like one more, and then you're like at this. Sometimes I'll just scroll, like I'll just do this.
It's so
I'm not even watching
mindless.
anything.
It's so mindless. But I love, like, back to the algorithm, I love that it will... Do you ever, like, watch a video ironically, and then TikTok is like, oh, she wants more of
Yes.
that? And you're like, I was, like, joking.
No, it's bad. Like I'll watch like there's like all these hot lesbians on my.
I was
TikTok.
on Lesbian Talk for a long time.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not gay, but
TikTok
I'm like,
was like,
this
she's
TikTok-
gay, let's give her
I'm
gay
like,
stuff.
I think TikTok like I'm like, does it know something I don't? Because I'm like, this algorithm's too good. Like, I'm like,
Right.
maybe I'm just not aware.
So I'm having an issue right now where I'm on Christian talk right now, and
How'd
I'm getting
that
videos
happen?
that are like, because I think it's funny, like, because I got fed like a video of this girl being like, here's what I wear to the gym to like look modest and honor God, and I was like, buckle in, gotta watch this one. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sad. Like, here we go. And I watch it because it's funny. Because like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then TikTok is like, oh,
she
this
likes
girl's
this.
Christian. She's a modest Christian girl. Let's
That
give her
is so funny.
this, and it'll give me like something more insane, and then I have to watch it. It's like
Right.
reality TV. Like, I can kind of get invested in anything.
Yeah.
So now, yeah, I'm on Christian talk, and
That's
it'll be
so
like,
funny.
it's like, you know, the like greater than sign,
Yes.
and it's like, I love this. It's like friends you can worship with in your car, and it's like they're like yelling about Jesus, and that's where I'm at.
See, I try to remind myself, like, everybody has a different perspective, but that is one where I'm like,
I'm just not religious at all.
I'm not either.
I'm just not, and I don't like not respect it, but it's just the fact that like the algorithm is not able to tell if like you were joking by watching it. Like, oh, I was watching. There should be a button for like, no, I was watching it ironically,
joke,
like as a
yeah.
joke. Like, I'm joking.
But hey, you're still watching it, so it's like, all right.
It's like, are you joking?
Such a funny world. Yeah, my TikTok, it's so funny with TikTok versus Instagram. Like, for Instagram, it's like, I want to see my friend's stuff. Mm-hmm. Don't show me anything else.
Right.
But TikTok, I'm like, don't show me like, unless I'm like actively following and like, but like, I'm like, show me some new shit. Like, I don't want to see my, and
Which
it's
is
all,
what it's like really good
it's like the
for.
same 5 influencers.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, street itineraries. Let me take you on a trip around the Lower East Side. And I'm like,
Okay, see, I don't really get that.
I get
don't
that.
those.
A lot of food.
So many different,
And like workout stuff.
like, I don't
Mostly
get any
that.
workout
Mostly
stuff.
workout
TikTok
and
knows not to
food.
give me that.
It's
TikTok's
just food,
like,
and then it's like, here's a protein-packed, like, cookie dough
Lunch.
that you
Yeah.
can make. And
Okay.
I'm like I've got almond flour in my cabinet. I don't know why.
because of, no, it's
I don't
literally
want it.
TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
That's
even.
so
I literally
funny.
started into Greek yogurt, and I was like, what am I doing?
Dude, the extreme version of that is that I went vegan. Like, what? You have almond flour. You're like
I
trying to
got
make
my
like
Stanley.
yeah.
I think my
it's
Stanley in
the
that-
way the internet
We're
Gets-
all thinking the same shit.
and it really gets you to like do things.
It does.
Like-
What's something that it's really good other than being vegan?
What is something? I mean, a lot of like
What's the stupidest thing it's made you do? I have mine. It's really embarrassing.
stupidest thing the internet's made me do.
TikTok, yeah.
TikTok?
I guess you can go internet, but like,
Oh,
Pretty broad.
I'll buy whatever is advertised to me.
okay, same.
Like, I'll buy whatever.
Yeah. No, literally.
Like, cool.
Yeah.
Like the targeted ads, like I'm their dream target
yeah.
because I'm just like, cool, I'll buy those anti-chafing
Yeah.
like leggings, sure.
The ones that like go up your ass.
It makes it way too easy. Yeah, they're like up the crack.
Yeah, those are insane.
They're scary. And the influencers stand and they're like, look from behind. Like,
Oh yeah,
look
the
at my butt.
poses.
Scary.
I'm like, if I buy those pants, I might do the pose.
I bought.
I don't know
like-
what else could happen. Slippery.
I can't think of like what I've bought. But
My
what's yours?
my most embarrassing was Remy Bader. Do you follow her?
Oh yeah, love.
Obviously.
Obve.
She bought this like Fashion Nova matching set.
You did not do Fashion Nova. It's so funny.
It gets worse. It was like this tiny little like red bra with like a maxi
And she
skirt.
looks so good in all of them too.
She's got this beautiful waist. I am shaped like an ice cream cone, and I like bought it, and I remember trying it on, and looking in the mirror, being like,
It never works out the way.
I just was like, this was the most humbling $30 I have
The
ever
fact
spent.
that you bought something from Fashion Nova.
No,
is-
it's really bad.
not that I'm above it.
No, it's really-
I used to buy stuff from
that's embarrassing.
Shein all the time, but for some reason, Fashion Nova is funnier.
No, it's bad.
That's
Not only
hilarious.
fashion, but like a matching set. Thinking like, I was like, oh, in like 10 pounds
matching
at a
set.
bachelorette. This
And like,
is
where
me.
are you gonna wear it? Yeah,
It's been 4 years, and I don't know where it is.
Yeah, that's like
It's
I have
never
things
seen
in
the
my
light of day.
closet. I have things in my closet that will never see the light of day again.
No.
Will never fit over my big toe.
Right?
But I just like can't get rid of them for some reason. I'm like,
Same.
maybe I'll wear this nipple tassel someday. Like
Every time I go home, my mom's like, Tori, clean out your closet.
literally, my mom wants me to
Clean
get
out-
rid of everything.
I'm like, well, hey, is it harming you? And I'm like, B,
what if?
I could get my act together for
I
the first
might-
time since gaining the freshman 15 in college.
I might get my hands on some Ozempic and
Right?
be all in that closet.
Oh my God, Ozempic.
It's
I'm
so
not gonna lie. Who hasn't actually slightly considered it? You know, just for a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it
but
would be
no.
sick. It would be a
I love
cure-all.
hearing downsides to it, which is it's like
People get
why?
sick.
But I'm like, that's right. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, no. Overall,
People get sick from it.
Really?
Mhm,
Like,
I
what
think
happens?
so. I think you get like nauseous and
Perfect.
yeah.
I think the whole point is just not eating.
I think it's
You're like,
just
can
not
I
eating.
just if all it is hormones changing so that you don't eat?
Is that what it is?
Yeah. There's no biological. It's
See, I don't know anything about it really.
I've learned.
I just love that
TikTok
celebrities
taught me.
are like, I walk 20 miles a day, and it's like, just
Yeah,
tell us
just
that you went on
yeah.
Ozempic.
Totally.
It's fine.
No, literally. But no, all it is a suppressant.
Okay.
An appetite suppressant. It changes
Okay.
your hormones so that you're like it's like a ghrelin or whatever isn't released as much or whatever the fuck, and you just don't
Crazy.
eat. That's it.
Science is
and I'm
crazy.
like, okay, so if I just cut back a little,
Right, but I can't.
but I can't.
I literally can't.
I love food.
Eating
Food is one of my
so
favorite things
much.
in
It's
this
like the
world.
one thing that makes me like genuinely really happy.
So happy.
Yeah, it really.
I'll be in a
does.
bad mood because like I'll like try to eat healthy that day, and I'm like by the end of the day I'm just sad, and then like I'll sit down in front of like fries and a glass of wine, and I'm like,
Why am I
This is
happy now?
living.
Yeah. Wait, I posted
This
a
is
video about
living.
that one time. I posted being like me depressed all day, and then it was like me like during this 7 minutes I'm eating a DiGiorno pizza, and I was like,
that's
like
so real.
yeah, because it's what happened to me. I was so depressed all day, and then I put a DiGiorno pizza in the oven, and I took the first bite, and I was like, no problems here, baby. And then and then went back to being sad.
Exactly.
right
After you're like, why did I eat the
even
whole
worse.
pizza?
You actually go back to feeling
yeah,
worse.
yeah.
than
You're
before.
like, did I need the whole pizza?
It does something to me though. I was
Oh,
happy
yeah.
in that moment.
No, last night I got in bed and I thought lately I've been making my like breakfast at the night before.
Do you go to an office every day?
Yeah, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's too much.
I think it would help me if I had to go somewhere.
It's nice because you put on pants, which
I-
I fucking hate, and I'm like, okay, these are getting tight, and I have to walk. It's
For
like
my energy levels, it would
totally,
help.
and like I'm like, oh, I have to be a person.
Yeah, because
Like,
I don't really.
oh, I love this apartment. If I don't have to leave this apartment, I don't leave
Yeah,
this apartment.
that's
but
how I feel.
oh yeah, last night I was getting in bed and I was so pumped to wake up and eat my breakfast. Like that was my thought. Going to bed,
Yeah.
I was like closing my eyes, like I get to eat,
Like kicking
and-
your feet and
yeah,
giggling about
literally,
your
like,
breakfast.
woo!
Yeah, I feel the same
Yeah.
way. I just
wish
love it.
I should have more things that bring me that much joy.
I'm like beaming right now.
I know,
I'm
same,
like
my cheeks
tearing
hurt.
up. Am I crying right now?
And I don't know if it was like the way I grew up. Like my parents were not big foodies at all, but like me and my sister are like obsessed, and we think that maybe they were like, since they were so like here's some carrots, relax. We're like, no, like we're both big
went-
foodies. Like she cooks a lot. I'm like just like scratching my neck all day for like my next hit.
Do you have a bigger like sweet tooth or like
Yes.
salty stuff?
More sweet tooth.
Me
I'd
too.
say. Like every time I eat something, I'm like, where's the treat?
I would like snort a chocolate cake. Like I will never end my day without a sweet treat.
Right?
I can't.
That's where I go, where like I try to like the challenges where I'm like, maybe I won't eat sugar for a week, and then I'm like,
I did that once and I got like I went like 6 hours without eating
Yes!
sugar and I got like the worst
Headache,
diarrhea of my life. I was like on the toilet being like, I need a fucking brownie. Like I need
it's
a brownie.
So, like a lot of times, like every janitor in my office does Whole30, and I'm like, good
That's
luck.
so much pressure also.
Oh yeah, and
be
everyone
around
like loses like 15 pounds, and they're like, I'm happiest than I've ever been, and I'm
They're
like at the
like,
snack
good for
cart,
you,
like,
Tori.
I hate
Yeah,
myself.
that shit's hard
But
though.
it
That sounds
is.
hard.
It is so hard.
Especially when it's just something that like makes you happy.
Truly, it's interesting. I didn't drink for all that time, so it's like I know I have willpower. Like, I know I can do it.
Right.
But now that I went back, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try to go a week without drinking. And I'm like, well, can I do it? And I'm like, well, how did you do it?
Yeah, you did it for a long time.
Yeah.
You must have really like tested your social skills.
I did. Also, like with stand up, I was like out enough and like forced to
Yeah.
be in the elements that I was
And
like,
a lot
okay.
of stand-ups are sober too. So
Totally.
that's not crazy. It's more like when you're with like non-comics that are and you're out
Yeah.
with friends. that
Yeah, I
you're
would just be bored.
feeling like a little
Yeah. Like I would just be like, I don't like with drinking, you'd be like, suddenly you'd be like, let me tell them about this time in 3rd grade when like I shit my pants. And stories just kind of flow out of you where like,
because your brain is melting.
your brain's just like, bleh. Yeah. But like when your brain doesn't do that, I'm like, I don't need to tell you guys really anything. Right, like, honestly, if I saved all of our time and by going home, like I'll chat.
I'd be a millionaire.
I went home. Oh yeah, I saved probably like $5,000. So much money. But yeah, I just found myself like just not telling stupid stories and being like, "This was fun."
Crazy how that works.
I'll see you never. And but I didn't date. Like that was the one thing.
I just
which
can't.
Again, I don't want to credit dating and alcohol but like I really was like,
there is an aspect of that making it much easier.
I went on like one sober date, and the guy just was not it. But. And it was funny. We sat down and he goes, look, honestly, like I wasn't going to do this because you're sober. But then my friend went to rehab and I was like, yo, this sobriety thing's probably like really good. And so, but then he proceeded
off the bat, he just was like, first thing we're going to address.
He was like, honestly, I wasn't going to do this because I think it's kind of weird. But then he's like, but then my friend went to rehab and I was like, he really got his life together and I really respect him. So I was like, you know what, let me give this girl a chance.
Therefore, I respect you.
But then we never spoke again.
That was your one sober date?
Yeah.
Why do you think you never...
From the apps, at least.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other...
But it's like, you never fucking know. I'm like, oh, why do you think you never talked again? I don't know. I thought it was... There are dates where I'm like, I thought it was great. I don't know. This person was like, oh, I'd love to see you again. Never text me again.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know.
I got off the apps. Are you still on them?
I'm on them, but... So, yeah. So, I go through phases where I will go on some dates, and then, like, I go through years of, like, no dates. Yeah. And then I'll be like, I should get out there again. And then I'm like... No, I can't. But right now I'm in a phase where I'm trying to.
Okay.
But I kept getting sick, and that was... Yeah. Because I'd go on one date, and they'd be like, if it was good, they'd be like, oh, let's hang out again next week. And I would be like, hey, I am vomiting. And they'd be like, okay, she's lying. Like, you know what I mean?
Especially early on, it feels like...
Early on. And also, like, it was like starting a new job recently, I kept getting sick. And I don't have their, like, trust that,
Totally.
Like, they're like... This new girl we hired is, like, sick all the time. And I'm like, but I really am. I'm so sick.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm hoping I don't have, like, lupus or some shit.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you got any blood testing done?
No, but I'm going to.
Okay.
Because I need to figure... Something's up with my immune system.
Are you now? Like, are you currently...
I was, like, nauseous today.
Really?
But, yeah. Oh, that reminds me, though.
Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah, of course.
So bad you've been dealing with that.
No, it's fine. That reminds me, though. The reason it'd be, you're like, I have willpower because I gave up drinking but couldn't give up, like, the food stuff. I don't like drinking that much.
It's so funny you say that because when I was sober, I was like, poison, I could never go back.
Yeah.
And, like...
You're like, wait, used to do a joke about this on stage where I, like, went sober for, like, 20 minutes, like one day, and I went out with my friends and I was like, yeah, I just like don't need it to have fun, but if you guys do, I get it. Like, don't I turned into like the biggest asshole in the world.
That was the joke too, where I was like, I started drinking again because I got tired of feeling better than everyone around me.
Yes, exactly.
It does give you this kind of like chip on your shoulder. You're like,
totally
would never be me. Like,
you're like, you guys can do it if you need to. I get it. No, I just don't.
It's funny also, like when you're sober, you're just hyper aware of everything, and like when people are kind of drunk, you're like, oof. I'm like, your motor skills are failing you. Like,
as if like scary. You haven't been there.
Yeah,
but
as if scary. I haven't like literally.
Yeah, like your body and brain are not working.
No,
right
it's scary. Really scary.
Yeah.
Granted, have I blacked out since? Yes, I threw up in my own bed, and I'm like, that was the really worst moment after my sobriety, where I'm like, you didn't go sober for a year and 2 months to die in your sleep.
Yeah.
So I have moments where I'm like, I'm reformed and balanced, but then like I'll go on a date and like I'll like try to keep up with him, and I'm like, no, you can't. That's the one problem where when I'm drinking and if I'm into someone, like I like just like lose myself in the moment.
Me too.
And then I'm like poisoning myself, so then my brain's like unable to be like, no, like you're done.
That's the whole problem.
So that's my biggest issue with drinking, which is like the classic issue is like Andrew Ginsberg actually taught me a saying where it's like, you take a drink, that drink takes a drink, and that drink takes you. And like then you're just like totally taken over by the alcohol.
Wait. You take a drink. You need to slow down. You take a drink.
Yeah. That drink takes a drink. So then that drink is then the one drinking. And then that third drink takes you.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, so it happens fast.
Yeah. And like honestly, that saying really hit me when I heard it, because I was like, damn, like there are many times where like I have one drink and I'm in control. But then I'm like, that drink's kind of like, hey, have another one.
Yeah.
And then that third drink's like, we are out of here.
We're done.
Yeah. So.
Okay, yeah.
Since going back, I try to keep it to like 2 drinks, 3 drinks max. But there have been a few times where I'm like, I just
lose control. Yeah, but like that's gonna happen. Do
totally.
you smoke weed?
No, I can't. I had a really bad panic attack when I was in college, and just never enjoyed it again. I went to Boulder too, so
yeah,
like
I feel
it
like
was
you have a
weed.
like more of a stoner personality,
Totally.
which is a compliment.
Thank you.
I
No,
think.
people always think I'm high. Like literally, I work at Greenwich, and the door guy's like, "Come on, it's a bit. Like you gotta stop thinking that."
And you're like, I
he's like,
literally
"Can you just
don't."
admit to being stoned all the time?" And I'm like, "What?" But no, it is just kind of my vibe, and I just really don't like it. It makes me anxious. I think about dying.
I love it so much.
See, I wish I did.
I love weed and food. Those are my
Yeah.
two like things.
Totally.
Weed, food, chihuahuas.
Oh yeah,
And
Maisie.
I'm good. Yeah, my little Maisie girl.
How has it been being a dog mom?
Like it definitely adds a layer of like responsibility for
Yeah.
sure, but it's become so normal to me that I don't even remember like
So
not having
cute.
it.
Yeah.
Having her.
You always were fostering too, so like it was either like you were gonna do that or have
Yeah,
her.
I was fostering and I kept like having to give the dogs away, and
Yeah.
literally one of the dogs I had to give away, I cried so hard. My roommate and best friend from college was like, I've never seen you like that upset.
Do you
and I
think
was
about
like,
that dog still?
no.
Okay,
No
good.
offense. No offense.
No,
if if she's watching.
No, I'm glad you said that because I was like, oh god.
No, because now she's happy with a family
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Fairfield. Like, you get over it in a few days, but it's just, like, really hard. at the
Totally.
beginning.
No, I remember I would DM you like every like third dog being like, you're keeping this one.
Do you remember the one with the tongue that wouldn't go back
Yeah,
in?
yeah,
Penny?
yeah.
I wanted to keep that one.
She
but
was funny.
She was hilarious, but she was really mean to my friend Josh, like, who I lived with at the
Oh.
time. She would, like, growl at him while he was making his food, and he'd be like, I live here, bitch. Like, you don't live here. She
Yeah.
would look at him all day and be like, "Urgh."
Okay, then
And
you're like,
so I was like, can I keep her? And he was like, no
No.
offense, but no. Like, fuck that dog. So then
but she loves me.
But I'm like,
and
she's
that's what
funny.
matters.
And people on Instagram love her.
I was gonna say, she's my algorithm ticket.
She's my algorithm. She's my ticket out of this place.
Honestly, sometimes I think about that. I'm like, maybe I just need a dog for the algorithm.
Yeah, my dog is not. Maisie's
It's a
not a
joke.
good like
She
actor.
is so cute, though.
She's cute, but she's not cooperative. She's not a very good girl.
Have you made any videos with her?
Yeah, I did one recently. You know those videos that are like, guess who's really singing?
Yes.
I did one with me and Maisie.
Okay, I think I did
And
see
it's
that.
like,
That was
like obviously Maisie's
Yeah.
not singing.
Yeah,
but she's
yeah.
just looking at me like,
That's funny.
Yeah.
What's one of your videos that you look back on and you're like, that was fucking good? That, like, you're like, I made that and that was funny as fuck.
I had a video that didn't go viral at all that I thought was so funny. Like,
That's my favorite when it's something that.
it got like 1 view, and I was like, that I thought was gonna be.
Did you
like,
leave it up?
It might be up.
Good, okay.
It was when The Bachelor had their first Black Bachelor.
Uh-huh.
At the same time that Chris Harrison got in trouble for saying some like
Charity?
racist shit. No, Black Bachelor was Matt
Rachel?
James.
Oh, got it.
Not Bachelorette,
Dude,
Bachelor.
Sorry, I'm like, I don't hear gender.
Yeah, you're like, it's all the same to me. And I did this video where I was like pretending to be Chris Harrison, who was canceled for like saying some racist shit. And I was like, it was during the season where they had the first Black Bachelor, and I was being like, hey, welcome back to The Bachelor. Sorry. And like it kept
funny.
cutting, and it
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
Black Bachelor James, and like I thought that was so good. I didn't
Yeah.
explain it well, but that was a really funny video,
That's
and it didn't
funny.
get any.
I loved that season with
And
Matt
the way I
James.
cut it, like to be like boop every
Yeah,
time I
yeah,
fucked it
yeah.
up, like it was really good.
Did you use the sound effects and everything?
I used like
Editing is hard
I'm
as
gonna
fuck.
I'll find it and send it to you later because
Please.
it was
Do you
actually
use-
really funny.
Do you use CapCut?
Yeah, I use CapCut, I use InShot, and I use
Okay.
Premiere as my main. Like,
I use Premiere too.
if I
for
need
this,
to do like
hard.
hardcore like this, I
This
would
is
use
hard
Premiere.
as fuck.
Yeah,
It's all
because I use
hard.
Premiere for work. That's like I've always
Got
been in
it.
production and
Oh,
editing.
I might have to like show you or get your ideas.
Yeah,
because
I can
it's-
help.
Thank
with
you.
whatever.
Yeah,
That's,
because
like, what I do.
right now all I do is I take the little razor and I go, tss, and then I go, tss, and then I zoom in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the biggest bitch.
Yeah, you got to get some good like keyboard shortcut.
That's what someone
kinda
told
thing.
me. Yeah. Okay. I like the way you
It'll
did that.
make-
I could tell you really do that a
It'll
lot.
make it way faster.
Okay. Yeah, because like with Maggie, I just had her episode. I just synced the audio and the video, and I was like, pfft. And then I had Sarah Pop-Tarts on, and I was like, let me try. And then I did it all night last night at Greenwich, and I was like cutting. And then towards the end, it's like
You're on the right path.
Thank you.
though. That's how I started.
Thank
like,
you.
that's how you gotta start somewhere.
I know, but it's so funny. As the episode goes on, it's just like less cuts.
Yep, I used to do
And
that
by
too.
the end, there's not one cut.
Yep, I
I'm
used to
like,
do that when I was
just don't
editing
care.
a podcast. I would be like, in the beginning, I'm like, that wasn't laugh out loud funny, so cut it out. And then by the end, I'm like, fucking whatever.
I know.
Like, say whatever you want.
And like, I wanted to keep these to 30 minutes, but like, conversations flow. You know
30
what I mean?
minutes is short too.
It's short, and also like, if you cut, it's like there's no cutting. You're just like, fuck it. The whole thing goes. That's why I try to record for, again, yeah. But it's like, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Okay, oh, wait, I did have questions for you. I wrote them down in the line at Sweet Green today.
I'm ready.
Let's see. I was excited about one. I wanted to ask, I had Vanessa Jackson and I really wanted to ask her this, and then I didn't, and then I wrote it down today. It's silly, but it's
I'm
like...
the first one to get this question.
Yeah, it is. Okay, it's not that good. I'm talking it up way too much. But what's one thing that nobody knows about you?
Like, nobody? I don't know if there's anything that nobody knows about me. Oh my god, what is something nobody knows about me? Dude, that's a hard question.
I know. It is hard. You can also just be like, fuck you. Because we literally have like 5 minutes left. So I'm sorry.
Give me some others if you have others, and I'm going to think about that one.
Okay, let me go back to my notes. Well, I wrote down how I love you share all your like texts with your family.
Oh, yeah,
They're funny as fuck.
My family is funny.
Yeah, and I'm like... You make it like the storyline is that they're not supportive of you in many ways, but obviously, like, I was curious, like, are they really supportive of your comedy and like what you're doing?
Yes, they are, but they're also like confused.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're like, what do you do?
Yeah,
and I'm like, just like I just vibe.
Yeah,
you know, just trust me.
That is really funny.
They are both. My parents are funny though.
Well, because you have a sister,
and my sister is the funniest person I've ever met in my life.
You're kidding?
She is literally like. Just so funny. Exact same sense of humor as me, but better.
Really?
And she's a therapist. I'm like,
oh,
you gotta really...
I'm guessing you can't go to her. Damn it.
No, that would be a conflict
I want to have her as a therapist.
I know I think she's really good at it. I always hear her like laughing with her.
I might take you up on...
Wellesley Counseling and Wellness, everybody.
If I can afford it, I'm in.
Yeah, I can't afford therapy right now, but...
I know. Even when it's $30 on a copay, I'm like... Pfft.
Yeah, like that's a lot. That's like one smoothie from...
Exactly.
I got a smoothie today from...
Your GoFundMe joke was so funny.
Like, I went to Juice Gen. I got an $11 smoothie.
No, they're dumb.
Literally, I'm accepting Venmos. Like, if you're watching this, I'll never financially
Luisa
recover.
Lange?
Yeah, Luisa Lange. I'll never financially recover from that smoothie.
No, it's crazy. Today I was at Sweet Green and I this woman works there. She's pregnant. She's so sweet. We like always bond and like wave. Today I go to pay. She goes, get out of here.
No way.
Yeah, I was like,
yo.
I have to like karma forward.
I love that. Yeah.
I gotta pay it forward.
Yeah.
So I bought you a Diet Coke.
That was it. Oh, I actually forgot about this.
I know,
Diet
mine's
Coke.
sitting over here too. I'm really excited about it. Okay, we have like 2 minutes on this SD card.
Okay.
Can you answer? You don't have to, but like.
Something nobody knows about me.
Quick. Sorry, this is the most stressful way to end this. I'm so sorry. You don't have to actually.
I like literally don't know. I feel like I share so much
you
of
really
myself
do.
that like I don't know.
I bet you meet people and they feel like they already know you because of the internet. I feel that way a little bit about you.
Yeah, I think there's like you form this like parasocial relationship where you're like, oh, I know that person. Mm-hmm. I feel like I very much put a lot of, I guess like what nobody knows is like exactly like what my vagina looks like. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing I don't post.
Accurate.
Like I guess no one knows.
Not on
like,
OnlyFans.
Yeah, like I guess people don't know that. Other than that, I'm pretty much an open book.
It's just, I think this is it. Oh my god, we can't even do an outro. I hate my life. Well, I guess we do with audio. Oh, the SD card's gone.
Did it get any of it? Imagine.
If you're like, it cuts out a vagina. Damn it. I have like...
Nobody knows what my vagina looks like. Like, I actually don't know. Do you have an answer for that? What's something nobody knows about you?
I was a horse girl.
Oh, I was a horse girl.